Alright, listen up. In this video we'll teach you the ins and outs of Corrupted Nebula, so you can implement on your own weight in any build, learning the max potential and also giving you the full build to run Corrupted Nebula as your main source of damage. So, Corrupted Nebula is very strong, but it's a niche weapon, because for you to bring the max potential, the enemy needs to have an exposed weak spot. Otherwise, it's just a mediocre corrosive gun, so it's a good idea to pair with Boar, for example. But I can test it because it's not working currently. Nice. Let's start building around the nebula. I would like to start with the relic fragments so I can explain it better. The max damage is around the weapon mod, but is divided in 3 types of damage. Mod damage, of course, explosive damage and corrosive damage, and they are all mixed. When you activate the mod, it's corrosive damage that explodes, so taking elemental damage and mod damage will be really valuable here. Now for the third relic room, I would like to leave it on the side so you can understand my choices for archetypes. Archon as our first. That's a no-brainer. But here comes the interesting part. Most of you, I believe, would go straight for the Summoner, because it gives 35% mod damage and 35% explosive damage, right? But what if I told you that there is a better option? Let's go test Corrupted Nebula and the gunplay loop real quick. So, to be able to do the max damage with the mod, you need to hit a weak spot 5 times, right? It's just written there on the weapon mod, 5 max nanobots. The magazine has 15 bullets, so we can activate 3 times for full damage. But look at this, look how interesting. You shoot 5 times, activate the mod, shoot 5 times again, and did you notice? The weapon mod is fully charged already. So this tells us one very valuable thing, you don't need feedback loop, because you will know that you have the mod charged after 5 weak spot hits. So you don't need to waste any bullets activating before that. So which mutator are you going to use? Bandit. Maelstrom could also be really good as well. It will give you 30% more elemental damage that will affect explosion on the mod, so it will be really good pair. But because I'm focusing on the max potential of the Corrupted Nebula only, Bandit is the best option in this occasion. Not only will allow to potentially activate the weapon mod more than 3 times, but because it's also giving you 10% more fire rate, it means you recharge your mod faster because it will hit the weak spot faster. It's obvious. At some point, you need to reload, right? So, do you know where I'm going? Basically, to take the full potential of the weapon mod, fire rate and reload speed are 2 things that are overlooked by most people, because they go for what it seems the obvious option, that is Summoner. But in reality, the best secondary archetype will be Challenger with Rampage. At least, I repeat, just for the Corrupted Nebula. If you build more with other weapons, it will be different. And why is that? Well, 35% on all damage and 10% all crit chance. It's not useful only for the weapon mod, but because you also need to shoot 5 times into weak spot, those 35% decrease in all damage goes to that as well. And I know someone may be thinking, okay, that's nice, but with Summoner you will not only have 35% mod damage, but also 35 explosive damage. That's 35% more damage than Challenger. And to that I say, Rampage will give you 50% more fire rate, so you can get 5 nanobots faster, will give you 25% reload speed, so you don't have too much downtime when the magazine is finished, will give you 25% more range damage, so you do more damage each shot you do to apply the nanobots, and to top it off, when you go Berserk, you double those bonuses. Do you understand now why it's better than Summoner? In most cases, at least. And going back to the last relic fragment, I'm taking a skill duration, so we get more uptime in Rampage and Chaos Gate. Now the amulets and rings. First, I will make a question for you. Do you like to gamble? And I'm asking this because if you are very lucky, Abrasive Whetstone will be the bet to win in the damage lottery. But because overall we only have 15% chance, critical chance, with a Charis Warband, so a safe bet would be Detonation Trigger. If you are in a party and someone is running Hunter, let's say, then you will have more crit chance and your odds will be better. But for solo, Detonation Trigger. First ring, I just told you right now, a Charis Warband, Burden of the Destroyer or Atonement Fold. Second ring, a Henny Ring. You are going to play 3 status effects with Krellex and the Tainted Blade most of the time. But if you use pipe bombs, you are stacked with 20% multiplicative damage and ready to go. Third, the Singed Ring for more 10% multiplicative damage. And the last one, Probability Cord. Some of you still not believe me right now, so we are going to compare side by side the performance of Challenger against the Summoner. Meanwhile, if you found this information useful, don't be shy, give it a like and subscribe. We are close to 1000 already, so will be much appreciated. So, what you're seeing right now is the best result I could get after many tryouts, and always the combo of Archon and Challenger outperformed Summoner by 10k damage, more or less, sometimes even more. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use Summoner at all. I would like to remember you that this video is focused only in Corrupted Nebula max potential. So when you do your personal build, you can apply all this information together to do the best way possible. Two more things that you should keep in mind when fighting enemies. First, don't panic and activate your weapon mod before time, because the nanobots have a travel speed that it's kinda slow and the radius of the explosion is not that big. I tried to see if there was a way to speed the nanobots, but there's no way to change that. So if you activate the mod before they are close to the target, you will lose all your damage, so keep an eye on that. And second, the explosion doesn't inflict self-damage when you are close to it, so you and your friends are completely safe around this weapon. So use it and spam it as you want. Thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe. We're almost 1000. Cyber out.